The Wheel of Time Season 3, Episode 6, serves up a combination of intriguing character developments, emotional depth, and some pacing issues that balance out as the story progresses. The episode begins with a powerful flashback to Tanchiko, 95 years before the events of the main story, where Liandrin's tragic backstory is revealed. In this scene, we see Liandrin as a child, struggling to care for her son, Aludran. Her escape from captivity, aided by her channeling, is a darkly impactful moment. But it's Ishamal's intervention that truly shapes her future, saving her from the situation and setting her on the path that eventually leads her to the Red Aja. This backstory adds complexity to the character of Liandrin and gives a deeper, morally gray layer to the ongoing battle between and evil. Despite this strong opening, the episode does struggle with balancing multiple storylines and characters, something that's been a consistent challenge throughout the Wheel of Time series. While the episode does a better job than the previous one at finding a solid balance, it still falters in certain areas. Some storylines, particularly those involving side characters, feel underdeveloped or drag on a bit too long. That being said, the stakes are raised in key moments, and the plot moves forward in creative ways that make up for the slower parts. The Tanchiko storyline, initially one of the weaker threads, becomes much more compelling in this episode. Matt, Tom Marilyn, Elaine, and the others find themselves navigating the city's dangerous underbelly. Min's help in guiding the group to a tavern is a nice touch, and their split up in the tavern to gather intel sets the stage for some exciting interactions. The reunion between Matt and Tom is a surprising and somewhat bittersweet moment, as Tom's reluctance to get involved in their mission adds a layer of complexity to the group's dynamic. However, the most striking moment comes when Elaine is forced to sing in a tavern to cover up the group's true intentions. Played by Sarah Coveney, Elaine's performance is both captivating and charming, bringing some much-needed levity to an otherwise tense situation. The scene helps bond the group more tightly, but it also highlights the skills of the characters involved, showing off their resourcefulness and ability to adapt. Unfortunately, the group's mission hits a major roadblock when Mokadian, one of the Forsaken, intervenes. Her mind control powers over Nynaeve and Elaine showcase just how terrifying her abilities are, as she forces them to do her bidding and hand over the bracelet that Liandrin needs to control Rand. The real horror sets in when Nynaeve and Elaine snap back to their senses, only to realize they no longer know where the bracelet went. The sense of helplessness and betrayal in this moment is palpable, and it raises the stakes for the Tanchiko group. With Mokadian working for the Dark One, the group will need to tread carefully, as the Forsaken's influence seems to be reaching far and wide. Meanwhile, Perrin's storyline progresses, albeit at a slower pace. Though his return to the Two Rivers with his injured companion, Alana, doesn't bring too many exciting moments. There are small yet significant interactions that help develop his character. The bond between Perrin and Fael deepens as their relationship progresses, culminating in a satisfying kiss that signals a new chapter in their romance. Some of the conversations here feel like filler, but the final moments of Perrin's story in this episode grab attention. The arrival of dark friend Paydeen Fane, allegedly offering help to the White Cloaks, adds a layer of intrigue. As Fael and the Ael warriors watch Trollocs marching toward the Two Rivers, the stage is set for a massive conflict that will force Perrin to step up and protect his homeland. However, it's the Aiel Waste storyline that truly takes center stage in this episode. Rand's internal struggles are becoming more apparent, and his emotional journey is set to take a dark turn. His confrontation with Egwene about his feelings for Lanfear is particularly devastating. Rand admits that he loves Lanfear more than Egwene, which shatters her emotionally. This moment of vulnerability sets the stage for Rand's descent into darker emotional territory, as his connection to the One Power seems to be taking an increasing toll on him. The situation intensifies when Egwene is tormented in her dreams by Lanfear, and despite her efforts to fight back, she remains powerless. The episode concludes with a tragic loss that weighs heavily on Rand. When Samael, one of the Forsaken, ambushes him, Rand is forced to fight back. The physical confrontation is intense, but the real heartbreak comes when Rand tries to save Alcera, a young girl he had grown attached to, only to fail. His inability to bring her back to life marks a significant turning point for his character. This moment demonstrates how Rand's increasing power is starting to fracture his emotional stability, and the failure to overcome death seems poised to push him further down a dark path. Thank you for watching.